Hey guys, and welcome back to a brand new video. Over the past few years, we have seen the rise of the LGBTQ community. The whole point of the community was to be accepting and pretty much promote the different sexualities and just show the world that there's different sexualities. There are a lot of sexualities that have come about in the past few years. You have your pansexuals, your bisexuals, where they're attracted to both genders. You have queer, which is I think where you don't even know what you are. There's a lot of sexualities that are a part of the LGBTQ community. Well, just recently, there has been a new sexuality that is taking over TikTok, and a lot of people are starting to identify themselves as this very sexuality. It is super straight. Now, what is super straight? There's been a lot of controversy surrounding transgender people. Now, there is a lot of situations where straight people has had intimate relationships with trans people, and when they find out that they're transgender, they're sort of disgusted and they turn away from that. And if you're not attracted to a transgender person, that should be fine. But nowadays, apparently that's transphobic, and that's a terrible thing. If you're not attracted to a woman who's not biologically or wasn't biologically a woman in the first place, or if you're not attracted to a male who wasn't originally biologically a male in the first place. And basically what super straight is that you're attracted to the biological opposite gender. So that means you're not attracted to trans people, you're not attracted to the same gender as you, it's the biological opposite gender. If you're a female and you're super straight, you're attracted to males. If you're a male and you're super straight, you're attracted to females that are biologically and born as that gender. Now, what is the point of this? It's basically to get around being quote unquote transphobic, because according to the LGBTQ community, it's transphobic and terrible to not be attracted to men or women who weren't biologically originally who they were. Very confusing, I know. So that's the whole point of the sexuality, is that you can basically, quote unquote, not have to be involved with transgender people. What's my thoughts on this new sexuality, super straight? I think it's great. The LGBTQ community is very, very, very it's accepting of everything. So if they don't accept this sexuality, I think that should say a lot about what they represent as a community. So I think they've got no choice but to accept something like this. There has actually been a Twitter page created for this new sexuality movement, or that started on TikTok. Super Straight is the Twitter account. I'll pull it up here. It has its not national flag, it has its flag. Now, the way it works in the LGBTQ community is each sexuality actually has a flag for the sexuality, to represent the sexualities, like a country does. Your pansexual has like light pink and white. There's a lot of bloody flags because there's so many sexualities, but for the super straight one, you've got black and orange. That is a reference to a website that I think many people would be aware of, but moving on from that, it's so it's got a flag that is black and orange. That's what represents this sexuality. I remember seeing a TikTok. There was a woman going, hey guys, name as many flags as you can. And some guy duetted it, and he's like rubbing his hands. He's like, oh, I watch soccer, you know, I know a lot. I watch a World Cup, the EPL, all that stuff. I know a lot about flags. Let's do this. And then, you know, all these flags pop up on the screen from the woman's video, and he's like, what the hell are these? And that was my reaction. I'm like, I didn't even know that flags existed. So basically, Super Straight has followed along in that, and has their own flag, which is the black and orange. I thought we'll take a look at good old Twitter, the absolute toxic fest it is, and let's see what some people's reactions are to the Super Straight movement. Now, we've got this Twitter user here who goes by the tag FiorXali, I think it is. Apparently, she's Medusa, 29 followers. He or she has tweeted out quite a few interesting tweets about the movement, but I wanted to cover this one specifically. So, hashtag Super Straight is a hate movement. That is a very strong accusation there. Against trans women. This needs to stop now. Now, here's the thing. Now, this whole sexuality is designed so they aren't straight men or straight women aren't transphobic or can't be accused of that because it's their sexuality. It's the same with, think about it, let's say gay men, for example. You could easily say, hang on, that's sexist because they're not attracted to women. No, it's just because they're attracted to men. It's the same with super straight. You know, straight people are attracted to the opposite gender that are biologically born as that gender. And, you know, so it's designed so it's not transphobic. So this woman here is getting it all wrong, basically. You can't discriminate against a sexuality here, Fior. Here's another tweet. This time we've got a user, Novi with 2 N's. And let's take a quick look at this. Hashtag super straight. Hi, I'm Nova, a bisexual artist, and super straight is super dumb and transphobic. So if you're super straight or support it, please block me. Well, after reading your tweet, I will have to block you because I do support it. Once again, how is this transphobic? It's just a new sexuality where people aren't attracted to transgender individuals. It's not that they hate or dislike those individuals. It's just not who they're attracted to. There's no problem. People wouldn't have a problem with being friends or friendly to a transgender person if they're super straight. It's just they don't want to have a relationship or be involved with them, which is completely fine. So how is it transphobic, Novi? I'd love to know. Right, we've got another one here, and I find this the most funny and most hypocritical tweet of all time. This is actually, I think, the most liked tweet that I've seen hating on super straight, and she's dropped pictures here of the movement, of the Twitter account. Let's have a quick read of the tweet. Make this make sense. Okay, fair enough. There is so much wrong with this. Just say you're transphobic and leave. First of all, once again, it's not transphobic whatsoever. It's just, as a male myself, I'm not attracted to transgender women. That's just my preference. That's not transphobic. That's just a preference. You're bisexual. You have a preference, correct? So I don't see the problem. And don't go up making terms like superphobic. Well, you've gone and made up your own term, transphobic, haven't you? I mean, that's, like, just recently has that really become a term, and homophobic. So I think it's more than fair to make up a new term, superphobic, don't you think? The hypocrisy here is just crazy. And say you go through more. Well, what she's referring to here is a lot of people who are identifying as super straight are saying, oh, they're going through so much hate and going through a lot, which is, not entirely true right now. But I mean, if this starts happening more and more often, I mean, it could be true. Also, definitely not a part of the LGBTQ community. That's discrimination. The whole point of the LGBTQ community is to accept everyone and love everyone. You can't just speak on behalf of the community whatsoever. That's discrimination. Hashtag super straight is absolute bullshit. That's a yikes from me. The hypocrisy, meter, if I had one up on the screen right now, would just be through the roof, So you're calling them transphobic, and then you're saying there's no such thing as superphobic. You're making up terms, even though you've just made up a term yourself there, or using a made up term, should I say. There is so much wrong with having a preference, a sexuality. Well, I mean, I guess I'm free to say being bi is wrong, and you're not. Being bi means you're not a part of the community now, Osley. Okay, that's it. There's nothing. You're not going to be accepted into our community now. That just no more. That's it, because I don't accept you, and it doesn't make sense to me. I mean, just ludicrous. Guys, that's it for today's video. If you did enjoy, make sure to drop a like, share the video with a friend, comment down below, and subscribe with post notifications turned on so you never miss an upload. And I'll see you all in the next one. Bye, guys.
2 to the 1 to the 3. I like good pussy and I like good trees. Smoke so much weed you wouldn't believe. And I get more ass than a toilet seat.